guys, I had to come out to East Texas today to do some work. Thought I would swing by Dangerfield State Park, and it's absolutely beautiful out here. All the colors changing, colors of fall are full effect, and it's absolutely beautiful in Texas right now. Always beautiful in Texas, of course, but right now it is absolutely exceptional. So I'm gonna come out here, do a couple videos, and enjoy the beautiful day. Alright guys, it's time for an update on some of our big lizards.
It finally happened, y'all. We had to move the Savannah up to a bigger tank. He is getting too big. He's still a turd. I love his little attitude. He puffs up and he hisses. He doesn't poop on us anymore. He doesn't really bite anymore unless I let him. He's a pudgy little dude. He's got poop. But we're working with him every single day. He's still getting hissy. Still hissy. Oh. Crazy little dinosaur right there, man. These guys are so much fun. I love these guys. The only downside, and I mean only downside to owning a Savannah, once you're used to the bigger lizards and how to work with them and how to take care of them, the only downside is that they have diarrhea every time they poop. And I've asked a few breeders about it because I thought maybe it was just ours from before we had a big 3-footer. And they said, no, it's just how they are. So that was one of the reasons I went with Java getting a Tegu. It's because they have dog turd style. But these guys are just diarrhea every time. I don't understand it. Doesn't matter what we feed him or what we give him. But he is growing and getting fat and happy and healthy. I love this little dude. But like I said, it was time to step him up. He's getting too big for his other tank. So now he has plenty of space to run and hide and play. A good basking area, UVA, UVB, cooler side, warmer side, all that good stuff. Our Canaan, see if I can do this without any problems. Yesterday she let me pick her up. She was totally cool. Some days it's a little more of a struggle with her. But she is super, super cool. She is getting big and fat and happy. Really don't want to get tagged today. Or ever by her. She's at that size where she will do some damage. There, girl. Yeah. We are working on a big enclosure for her. She's going to have a pond. She's in a 120 or 150 gallon tank right now. So she has a little bit of land over there where she gets out to poop, but she's always in the water. But she's starting to go a little bit longer, so she does have plenty more space to go swim. She just sits her. We're going to do a big pond setup for her. Over here in the corner, we're going to do about a 5-foot by 10-foot setup right against the wall. And then we may divide that in half and do part of that for the Nile, who's getting bigger as well. I love this girl, man. She's so much fun. Alright, so here's the deal about the big lizards. I apologize for my voice, I'm a little under the weather. They're not for everybody, okay? Like, I love them. I absolutely love them, adore them. I think even more so than my big snakes. Like, I absolutely love my big lizards. There's something about just a good-sized lizard that you can love on and play with. And I've gotten spoiled, too. You know, Java is absolutely incredible. But he's also not like every single lizard there is. He is his own special thing. And so Tegus, for the most part, are so intelligent that if you work with them enough, they learn and they figure out who you are. And he will come, like if we're having him out in the house, he comes and sits on the couch with us. He loves our dogs, he loves the kids, he loves everybody. But it's not for everybody. You know, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars I spent. And Java's in a basic cage. It's a 4-foot by 4-foot enclosure. And I don't remember how much I spent, but I had to put, you know, you guys saw the build video on that one. There's a lot of time and effort and money into that. And it's 4 feet by 4 feet, and he's already about to outgrow it again. And this was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. Like I said, the big lizards are not for everybody. It was a big commitment. I've been nailed by Java twice, and neither time it was good at all. And they both within the past month or so. And it may be the weather changing. He may be starting to brumate a little bit and wanting to mate as he comes out of that. But by both times, like one time I was hanging his little temperature probe. I have it right here in the corner now. I did have it wrapped around here. This was covered in ivy and plants a few days ago. Every single pole in here was. And you can see just the little remnants back there. In the corners, there's a suction cup left right there. He just goes and shreds them up. But he has a lot of fun doing it, so we go buy more and set it up for him. But it's a big commitment. You know, he puts away the food, and he's a little chubby, I know, so don't be eating. Ah, buddy. but he's also, puppy dog tame. But it wasn't like that from the start. It took months and months and months of us working with him every single day. And they're so highly intelligent. He would learn that he was in the sliding front cage before. Got one of these. And so he learned that when I was in there doing stuff, he couldn't get out. But if I had to pick up his litter box to change out his water, I had to have both hands on it, and so he could run out and he would take off across the house. So there's little stuff like that that you don't think about, but they were escape artists. He has shredded the insides of his cage. It's hard to tell. And I had to glue it back together with the Gorilla Glue stuff. And so it looks horrible. But it keeps him in there now. So, but that's Jabba. Alright guys, I know we just did an update on him last week when we got him, but doing updates on my big lizards today, so I figured I'd throw him in here as well. This is our new Nile that we got. If you haven't seen him yet, he is super, super cool. And we are working with him a lot, trying to get him calmed down and better about handling. He's really not bad right now. I don't know if I can do this with one hand or not. Oh, he didn't eat? Alright, come here, buddy. Oh, come here. There we go. Oh, no, this guy. Come here. Oh, buddy. There we go. So, this is our Nile, and he's not cooperating. There we go. This takes two hands sometimes because he runs back and forth. Oh yeah. Alright. I'm tossing him in the bathtub. He does get out pretty much daily to soak in the tub and go for a swim. And he does enjoy that. They do always poop in their water. So I learned with Jabba that if we put him in the tub enough, usually they poop in there and the water doesn't go bad as quickly. But this guy's a pooping machine. So clean out his water every single day. It is not always fun. The other thing too, I know people always ask me, when I get new ones, I do put them in my bathroom and I keep the door open when I shower and I run the fan so that way they don't have a big increase in temperature or humidity. But it's just because I am in there multiple times a day doing stuff, so obviously it is more visibility between him and I, so I can keep an eye on him, but so he also sees me. It gets him used to noises, to lights going on and off, my kids coming in and out, the dogs barking, just life in general. So it's a good way to break them in. It's also a good way for me to make sure I can always keep an eye on him. And but yeah, I've been doing that with usually the first 2 or 3 weeks I have new reptiles. I keep them in my bathroom just so that way I see them over and over and they see me. Like I said, they get used to the disturbances in the day, they get used to me, they get used to anything and everything. And this guy is, I said, he's already cool. He kind of popped up earlier and hissed at me, but that's about it. And once he's out of his cage, he usually calms down. Alright guys, Galatians 5:13 says to serve one each other humbly in love. And I absolutely love that. We get so caught up in having things to do and staying busy and focusing on our lives, focusing on other people's lives, focusing on everything we have going on, and just being caught up in our own little worlds with friends, family, personal life, whatever it is we have going on, that we forget about service. We forget to go and spread God's word and spread love across the community and across the world. And I had an awesome chance to go and do that today with a group of people from my church. And it was great. We had about 60 people show up, and it wasn't the most glamorous job. We cleaned trash up from some parks in a creek bed, and it didn't seem like a big deal. But we had almost 30 bags of trash and just junk people have left around. And so to be able to give back to the community like that, to be able to make a difference, it's not only what we're called to do as individuals, as Christians, but it's what we're called to do as a church and as a unified body of believers in Christ. And so one of the questions that we always ask at our church is, if we were to just disappear, would the community miss us? Would they even notice? And so I guess this kind of has me thinking about the way I spend my time and what I involve myself in. I'm very involved in church, as you guys know, involved with my job on multiple different things, involved with my separate ministry doing this reptile stuff and breeding and everything good with that, and my kids. I'm busy all the time. But if I don't have time to give back, if I don't have time to invest in those around me, if I don't have time to make a difference in my community, then I have to look at my life and see what I need to rearrange and reconfigure and just do differently so that I can get out and show the love of God. It's not always preaching. It's not always sharing a message. Sometimes it's just saying, you know what? No one's ever going to know that I did this, but I know that I made a difference. And it's not a making myself happy. It's a serving with a heart that is not after anything except for seeking to glorify God. I don't care what I get back. I don't care what I get out of it. I did it because it needed to be done. So if you guys are trying to find something to be involved in, something to do, something to make a difference, check with your local communities. I know the city of Louisville always has stuff going on. That's who we worked with today. Whatever city you live in, wherever you are, go online, see what they have up. There's always something, whether it's working at an animal shelter. I've done that before. Gone and bathed dogs for the SPCA so that they could find good homes. Just anything and everything that you can do to serve. That's not always easy to find that time, but it's important. And especially important when you have kids, to set that example for them of how you prioritize and what you do. And if you can take them with you, then that's even better, man. We're blessed with so much. And one of the things we're blessed with is our time. We wake up in the morning because God gave us breath. And if we're not giving back or we're not showing appreciation, then do we really deserve that breath in the first place? Kind of makes you think. Hope you guys have an awesome week. May you be blessed to be blessing those around you. I love you guys, and I'll catch you next time.